Oh boy, what is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got back from the theaters after seeing The Lost City. This is a 2022 film that was directed by Aaron and Adam Nee. I guess they're brothers. It took two people to direct this goddamn movie. We have the Wachowskis, who gave us The Matrix and the sequels, but at least they gave us that first one. We have the Russo brothers that did some of the best Marvel Avengers movies ever. And these brothers gave us The Lost City. The plot is we follow Loretta Sage, played by Sandra Bullock. She is a book author who is struggling to write the next book because she's not happy with the type of novels that she's making. She wanted more from life. Her husband died some years ago, and she's sort of just coasting and not living her life to the fullest potential. And Channing Tatum plays the model for her book's male main character, and during the book tour she gets kidnapped by Daniel Radcliffe's character who wants her help to help him find this lost treasure in the real life Lost City. And so Channing Tatum sees this happen and does everything he can to try to save Sandra Bullock, and they're off to the adventures. What I thought of this movie, if you can't tell by my lack of enthusiasm, my lack of excitement, I didn't hate this movie. I'm not going to come out here and say, man, this is the worst steaming, stinking pile of dog shit I've ever seen. Wow, this is terrible. It's not horrible, but it's certainly not good either. I think the premise is dumb. I'm not saying that every movie has to be the most realistic and the most like, oh yeah, this could happen in real life. But holy cow, is this plot contrived and a lot of convenient stuff happening. And it's very thin. These characters are so one-dimensional. In the movie itself, it barely limps along because of the actors. The actors are good. The actors are likable. Sandra Bullock, I don't know how old Sandra Bullock is. I believe she's mid to late 50s at this point, but she is great. She's good in the movie. She's likable enough to make me sort of follow this dumb situation that she's in. She's still beautiful, and so that's always great. They do build up this whole thing that like Channing Tatum's into her, and he wants her to see him for more than just a dumb model, even though in the movie he's kind of just a dumb model. But because it's Channing Tatum, he's likable. I think the jokes here are terrible. There was so many ADR lines, meaning lines that were the actors saying them after the fact, that they just added into the scenes. You can tell because it's always the back of someone's head, and they say this really awkward and random joke that's not funny and it's out of place. And I'm like, why did you even add that? Just for an attempt to try to beef this up, to try to make it funnier? Some of the other actors, Daniel Rycliffe, like I said, is playing the villain, and he plays it decently in the sense of, like, at first he seemed like a cool dude. He seemed like a nice dude. He even asked Sandra Bullock politely, hey, can you come with me? Can you help me do this? And everything will be okay. And because she says no, yeah, he gets a little violent. He gets a little over the top. But I don't know. The longer the movie went on, the least interesting his character became. He wants this treasure, but they already set up that his character is super rich, super wealthy. He clearly doesn't need this for the money. I didn't even realize fully that he wanted it for the treasure. I thought he just wanted to be the one that discovered it. But towards the end, he's talking about treasure, and I'm like, oh, you want, like, money? You're like the richest person here. You already bought this island that you're looking for this goddamn thing. Other actors, you have Divine Joy Randolph. I'm not too familiar with this actress. She was okay. Like, they constantly, during the movie, cut back to her because she's she's Sandra Bullock's like publicist or manager, so she's looking for her. But a lot of those bits of her taking her own flight, or her finding a way to the island, or her asking people for help, it was just random, you know, like it wasn't really all that funny. I appreciated that she didn't go over the top, because this could have easily have been a Melissa McCarthy, Rebel Wilson, Kate McKinnon, like really annoying the fuck out of me every time they're on screen. She did not do that. Oscar Nunez randomly shows up here. You guys might remember him from The Office as Oscar. So it's just cool to see that guy. And Patty Harrison, who she's like another assistant for Sandra Bullock, and she was very awkward. I get that that was kind of the point of her character, is that she was very awkward and she would say awkward things and be awkward around people, but unneeded. Not needed a lot of her moments. It seemed like a part that was written for like an Aubrey Plaza. But something about Aubrey Plaza and the way that she plays awkward that does usually work and that is usually funny that I was not getting here. We can't really go without mentioning Brad Pitt. I probably wouldn't have mentioned him if it wasn't for the trailer completely giving away virtually every scene that Brad Pitt's in. So if you're going into this movie expecting a trio of the three of them with Brad Pitt, you're not going to get that. You know, you do get some good bits with Brad Pitt. He did have me smiling and chuckling. It's almost cool that Brad Pitt's at the point in his career where he doesn't really give a fuck. I'm fully also aware that it's one of those silly romantic comedies that I felt like we got so many of back in the mid to late 2000s. It just felt like every few months there was a dumb romantic comedy with whatever the hit blonde or attractive actress at the time and the good-looking attractive actor at the time. So many of those movies, and it seems like it almost has gone away. So luckily for that crowd and that audience, this movie's for you. I'll be super ultra mega nice and I'll give this a Netflix and chill.
Oh yeah.
You must have got me on a good day because it's this close to being some old bullshit. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you plan on seeing The Lost City. What did you think of it? What do you want to see from it? Do you give a shit that this movie's even coming out? Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Sticking to my decision, just to rupture y'all ignition. I'm painting my perfect vision, intuition is real. If you humble, you will never stumble. Listen, it's clear, but I'ma give it to him. Let the God seize the day.